Welcome back to the Kinda Grown podcast. It's Nicholas Evans. This is one of the episodes where nothing is wrong, but everything is slightly annoying. Not enough to really complain about, not enough to fix, just enough to sit with you longer than it should. No big takeaway today, really. No life hacks. No, here's what you should be doing or what you should take from this episode. Just the small everyday things that we all deal with. Mentally know and then move past because explaining them would take more energy than they're worth. These are the moments you notice that don't bring up in conversation because they sound serious enough out loud, even though they happen constantly. So this episode is just that observations, patterns, minor frustrations we've all silently agreed are normal. Nothing deep or urgent, just real life, slightly irritating and very familiar. First, I was going to start off. There are rules nobody ever set you down and explained, or your parents gave to you. You had to specifically follow, but you follow them like law without really even noticing. Nobody pre- taught you to pretend to check your phone when you pass by somebody you don't want to talk to. You just know to do it. I do that all the time. Nobody explained that you're supposed to wait a second before closing the elevator door when you get on, even if you're alone. You don't know who made these rules. You don't know when you learned them. But the second you break one, your body reacts before your brain does. You close the elevator door too fast and immediately feel like the worst person. You walk past someone without acknowledging them, spend the next 5 minutes replaying it. Nothing happens, no consequences really, but you still feel in the wrong. And that's how deep these fake rules go. At some point in life, you start filtering life through one question. Is this really worth it? Not morally, financially, emotionally. Is this worth getting dressed for? Is this worth the drive? Is this worth the explanation afterward? And the wild part is, nothing actually changed. You didn't become lazy, you didn't become negative, you just learned how much energy things actually cost. And once you notice that, a lot of things quietly fail the test. Some conversations don't end, they just stop. No argument or goodbye. No talk soon. Someone sends a message and the other person reads it. Time passes. No beef, no awkward, no argument, just unfinished, and somehow both people understand that it's over. No one follows up or asks why. It's like the conversation expired naturally. That's a very adult thing to accept. And it's leading into this next part. You realize you don't actually want the updates on people, not in a bitter way, not because you're mad at them or pissed off. You're just good. You don't need to know where everyone is now. You don't need the new chapter. Some stories ended fine, right where they were, and keeping them frozen like that feels healthier than forcing relevance. And that's kind of how it is transitioning from high school to college. You don't really talk to a lot of those people that you graduated with. I haven't talked to a lot of the people I graduated with. I'd say maybe 10 of them, but other than that, I don't really communicate with them. I still follow them on socials, but you don't really talk to them. This next one, I hate when I do this shit. You ever buy something with full confidence and walk out like, yeah, this was a smart purchase. Then later that night, you already know this is not going to become part of your life. You're not going to use this. You're not going to return it, but you're not using it. It's just going to sit there as evidence that you believed in yourself for about 15 minutes. And honestly, that's fine. There's an adult emotion that isn't anger, it's irritation with no follow up. You're not upset enough to say anything, not calm enough to ignore it, so you just carry it around for a while, then it disappears. No confrontation, no closure. That's most conflict now, and I get that feeling a lot. And I feel I'm starting to notice effort more than results now. Who replied, who showed up, who followed through. You don't call it out. You don't make speeches. You just quietly adjust access. Some people get more views, some get less. No drama, no awareness. That real quick. I've started to do a lot of things now just in case. Charge my phone just in case. Bring a jacket just in case. Leave early just in case. And I get that from my father a lot. Not anxious, prepared. Life has inconvenienced you enough. that you've learned to do it just in case. Another thing is not all silence needs filling. Some silence is comfortable, some is neutral. Sometimes it's just two people not performing, no small talk, no commentary, just sitting in the same place. That's rare and highly underrated. There's a moment when you're done with something, a habit, place, person, and it's very quiet, no announcement, no explanation. You just stop reaching and nothing explodes. The world keeps moving. That's how you know it's real. And that's the episode. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing heavy. Just stuff you already live with, but never bothered to label. If any of this sounded familiar, you're not behind. You're just paying attention. Make sure to subscribe, follow the socials in the bio, and don't feel bad for outgrowing things quietly. That's Kinda Grown Podcast. Peace.